Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome again to Halal Portfolio. Today we're going to take a look at our Bitcoin positions and the profit and how far the market has come so we can stay safe, take our profits, and reposition ourselves later if it's needed, and see the overall condition of the market and how things are. So as you can see, we were about to break this zone, which we did, and I told you we were gonna have a retest, which we had. This was a perfect retest. Now there was a continuation until this zone. Now, why did we sell here and take profit, which I announced in the community? The reason was, and still is, that the market is overbought in the short term, not for the long term, obviously. And the second reason is we are still in September and the market tends to close negative in September historically. That's why we need to be very, very careful and take profits. It's fine. Always taking profit is good. I'm going to show you some other trades as well. You're going to be amazed, inshallah, by seeing those and how we did things there. Now, so we this was the initial target. First of all, we had a target for Bitcoin to come to this zone, which it did, and then we repositioned ourselves here, which took some profits here, then let the rest continue until here, which is also a good run. Now I still think that here, because first of all, if you see, there is a clear line of resistance. You see, there's a clear line of resistance, but on top of that, if you see closely here, this is not a breakout. If there was a proper breakout, I could have said that we would reach this zone, but now because there isn't one, it can come back down like so, then we can go up. This also means that if Bitcoin struggles between these prices, we might see more altcoins rally, which for now I think it's only going to be Ethereum. Let me show you the chart, because previously, if you remember, I was telling you guys about this consolidation zone, that once we are out of this zone, it's gonna go crazy, which it did. Now the other zone that we had that it needed to break was this zone. For this to go higher and break this all-time high zone and also this liquidity wick, which is at 4,900, we need to see something like this, or maybe even something like this. But in order for me to see a fully breakout, let me show you this in another chart, what I mean. Let's clear this one. So let's see that on weekly and monthly on a longer perspective, just in case this month closes negative. What are the chances and where Ethereum could go? Even Bitcoin, if we close negative, it's possible that the other scenario plays, and the good time is always to know the top when you are in the profit and you take it out around here. Then if the market that has a structure like this and wants to continue lower, you are already out here, for example here, which is the best thing. Now if we are about to come here or even come test these two zones, we are ready for that. You see how much is the downside from here? 7%, 15% on your Bitcoin positions. But what is the upside from here? An upside is like 5%, 7%. Breaking all-time high is still not easy. I see this is a clear supply for me. You can say whatever you want, but this is a clear supply. I tend to take profits in these zones, and if you see, historically I have also been correct. Now it's the same thing for Ethereum, this chart, that if we are about to close negative, where can it close? So this is the demand zone, which is not fully tested. It is tested with this wick, but is this going to break out this zone from here, it is possible. Like, we still have this much room, which is not so much if you see it in this chart as well. I'm showing you both perspectives so you understand what I mean. How much room do we got? So this is going to be the last place you will be holding Ethereum, is in this box, because if you see a breakout here on a retest of it, you're going to exit, because the next push will be coming back to these spots and potentially taking out all these traders here. Okay, so that's the worst case for Ethereum. The good case is that we're gonna retest here, then we're gonna come here until these prices. And what is the percentage that we can take from here? Maybe 2% to 5%, same as Bitcoin. But Bitcoin also goes to its all-time high. This also goes. The reason why I told you to take profit is this. So if you see, okay, let me first finish Ethereum, then we go to Solana. Anyway, and take a look at this. So what can happen if right now from here, which you can see that we are clearly on a resistance, we come back down and grab liquidity from here, then start moving up by October? It is quite possible. So don't ignore this. It is quite possible. It can happen. I so much wanted to see this 3,900 tested from very long time, but I'm always up for any scenario, and I have bought around these prices, and I have taken out, and I have also accumulated a lot of tokens around these prices, which Alhamdulillah, they earn so much profit than Ethereum. Anyway, which is a good thing. Now let's go and see 8BTC chart. What is this chart telling me? If you remember in the last video, I told you it's clearly on demand, and I expect it to do something like this, which you can see we reached here, which is also resistance. Now everything is playing according to our plan, so we shouldn't be losing our focus, and when it's time for taking profits, we must take our profits. Alright, that is all. Now let's take a look at Solana. I mentioned to you that we bought around 200 to 300 $203 Solana, which is this entire zone. Now how much is our profit? 20 to 22%, which is amazing. And I mentioned you here in the last video as well that we're going to reach here. So exactly that happened, and now we are sitting at $242 Solana, which it went to almost 244, which that is our target. And if you don't think it is a supply zone here, well, I don't know what you want to think, but this for me is a clear supply zone. And in order for Solana to go up again, well, it can. I would happily leave 50% of my positions to go higher. I have taken out 50% of it. Why? Because if I see something like this happening, how much would it cost me as 11-12% back in loss, which I don't want that to happen. Obviously, I am always grateful and taking profits. On the other hand, if this breaks and reaches here, I will try taking profits again, then it will come back down, then I will accumulate here if we're about to go up. Otherwise, this will be the place. Even from there, it can fall back here, then we can go up. Or what if you say if we go parabolic and it doesn't come down? Well, let it go. I already have 50% of my money in it. If it doesn't stop here, and if it breaks out here, then it breaks out here, I would happily let the other 50% reach to this $300 level of mine, which is fine. But if you see throughout all these waves, even throughout the past, since very long time, since even in these lows, I have taken profits in here, positioned myself in here. Always, you see these consolidation periods is so good for me to keep doing this. I have done it in all these places. So now, after so long, you see, it's not always that Solana or any coin reaches to these tops. Once it was in 2021, the second time it was in 2024 November, then it was in January 2025. Now we are back at that price in September 2025. So what do you think? I am up for any scenario. If we get a higher low, I'm always positioning myself in higher lows, like I did in here, like I did in here, like I did in here, which is amazing, which is fine for me. I even made some mistakes around these prices, but still I made a lot, okay, by trading it, not just holding. So you can have different opinion. You can say I'm a holder, just hold it. If you don't want the stress and you don't want the trade, I don't have that much capital, so I can just keep holding and have an income of so much that I keep investing. So my capital is not that much. So what I do is I keep making money from this, then I keep spending, then I keep making money, then I make money and put back into crypto. That's how my life is and how I do things. Okay, so you can see we are reaching the level of supply here on Solana BTC, which gives me this scenario and this scenario, just in case we go higher from here. So let me properly make it so you can see, and it's also good for the future, so I can tell you, didn't I tell you this happened? Like those trading gurus on your social media that have like 10 different opinions, then whatever works, they're like, oh look, this one worked. Sol Ethereum, if Ethereum pushes and Solana doesn't, then it can happen. Or if Ethereum consolidates and Solana comes down, this can still happen. But still, the good thing is that it has a lot of momentum against Ethereum, which this can also go up, just in case things go up. Now, Dogecoin. Amazing profit in Dogecoin. This is great. 21.50 something. It's the last places I entered, which is giving us around 34%. You see, now this is also on a clear level of supply. You can see it, don't you? Of course you can. So what can it do? What I think for Dogecoin though at this point is something like this, because this has a lot of momentum at the moment, which I have only sold 25% of my position because I took a lot here. So that's why I just took that position out. So even if it goes here, this is what I see it happening. This is one scenario, okay? Bear with me. This is one scenario. Because of this liquidations, everybody will be out. We're gonna come back down, then it can go up. One scenario. The other scenario is if I see a proper breakout and the retest, then this one is possible. Even higher than that is possible, something like this. So then it will give us these levels. Let's see it correctly here. Yeah, let's put it somewhere here. So it will give me 40 cents. But to go directly there, no, it is not possible. You can see there are so many barriers and resistances uh, against our way. So it only goes up if we find a demand, then it pushes higher. So it's all good. I still have a lot of capital in it. It's the number one coin that I am holding, which you can see if I was in Bitcoin, for example, all of it, and this dip. Bitcoin went how much in percentage? 7.8%. How much did Ethereum go? 11%, and Solana 21%. Still, my number one holding made a lot of money, right? So Alhamdulillah for all this knowledge and understanding of how things work. Now you can see that we also reached this level of resistance in Doge BTC, but still, since we are out of this box, there could be still a lot of potential for us to just quickly push till here, which will lead Dogecoin to those higher levels of 34, maybe 34 cents, or even 40 cents if things are ultra bullish. But I don't think so. It's one thing, it's weekend. Second thing, it's September, and we have reached almost the top, not exactly the top, almost the top, and you can see we are reaching this resistance against Ethereum as well for Dogecoin. So it's good to take some profits out. Let's take a look at, okay, before we go to gold, leave this as it is. We haven't seen this, which I just shared with you in the group as well. This was amazing. Wasn't I telling you that unless we break this level with something like this, I don't call for a bear market or something, but you can fact check these things that I have said in the videos, and you can go search the Twitter and see that so many good analysts literally not showing you this point. They were just saying BTC 295, 292 to I don't know what to 35. Bro, come on. They're just, don't confuse yourself. This is still the best strategy. Sometimes it amazes me because I am not, Alhamdulillah, I am not bragging or anything. It's just Allah that He's guiding me, because it's just very simple rules in the basic, in the core of technical analysis, that if you apply it and be disciplined and keep following the entire market every day, you can't miss a thing. Anything could happen, but if you're there, you will catch this, bro, which we did. So this fall on USDT led market to go up that much, and the same thing for Bitcoin dominance, which I made this roadmap since even breaking this. This was our roadmap, that I want to see something like this keep on forming. So if you keep getting distracted with everything and the news and what this, especially with the hack that on-chain something happened to it, I don't even care, you know. Just have your focus here, because that's where you get distracted. That's exactly, you get out of the market and this happens in front of your face. I have seen it so many times. And take a look at this, not a breakout. If it's not a breakout on a supply zone and we have reached last liquidity wick, what is going to happen? This was Bitcoin dominance. How accurate can be? Since then, it's just keep falling down, and once this turn around, I will be out of crypto. Seriously. That would be the top of the market for everything, but for now, it's not. Market is bullish, we keep making money, Alhamdulillah. Dixie, not a good chart. Let's not bother ourselves. I have shown you this like 1,000 times. You can see that how much it keeps pushing to go down. So let this thing fall down, because this is the most manipulative, this is the most scam currency in the world against all the other currencies. So let this fall, let this get destroyed. Inshallah, the end for it is near. So I don't really care. Let this break so Bitcoin succeeds, so gold succeeds, not US dollar. Trust me, I am so against that paper money and fiat currency in general, especially US dollar, because of how filthy that currency is. Yes. Anyway, you can see it's still weak against Canadian dollar, which we have gotten a good pin bar here, so I expect it to push down and continue. Let's see total. Amazing total run up, fantastic. Alhamdulillah. This was from old times, don't judge me. Anyway, you can say anything you want. I love you guys. I really love you guys. Look, take a look at this. I mentioned all of it to you guys, that we are in this support. And let's go take a look at gold. Gold is struggling. I expect it to come down. If this comes down and this chart, which is good, going down below this resistance that it has just broken, giving you these levels, but if it invalidates this zone, we will see gold going back down, which is going to be interesting to see. And it's going to be interesting to see how Bitcoin is gonna go up from here onward. It's gonna be fantastic for everything. We're gonna enjoy it all, alhamdulillah. So yeah, be careful, be safe, take a look at these prices, take some profits, wait for more signals. And if you are interested in learning technical analysis exactly the way I do, you can join. It's just $33 a month. I made it cheap so everyone can study. You can always come and ask me questions, although I don't have time, but I will help you guys. Our mission is to make more Muslim traders, proper investors, to make income through halal ways inside cryptocurrency markets. That's our goal. You can also join our community, which is still the best community in the world. See you inshallah in the next technical analysis. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like and subscribe and share to other friends so they can also take the benefit. Have a good day.